Hello, hello, hello. I felt like singing, but I'm not good at singing. Hello, good evening, and welcome to another episode of TMAI. Tell me about it. I am your host, Esi K, for this program. Today is 13th of November, and it happens to be the World Kindness Day. And when I say World Kindness Day, I mean kindness, showing kindness, love to one another. So, with regards to that, I just want us to remember to show kindness to one another. So, as usual, I'm going to give you a recap of what the show is about. So, this is a place where we basically talk about everything and nothing at the same time, and then we share things we are curious about. So, you can join us using Facebook, YouTube, all social media handles, or every Friday 6 o'clock p.m. I'm nervous today, I don't know why. So you do not forget this show, you make sure to hit the subscribe button on YouTube so you get a notification every time we come live. Or you can download the app PenyGH on Google Play Store and then Apple Play Store. So, yeah, you can also listen to us with the website www.PenyGH. Come on, and in there it is radio.penygh.com. Gotcha. Sometime for today we have a guest with us. And it is causing me to be this nervous. I don't know why. I'm super nervous. But then let me introduce this guest. I have a lot to say about this guest, but I'll just cut it short. She is it's a she, one, Hannah. And then two, she's an alumnus of UPSA, the University of Professional Studies, formerly known as IPS. And then she is currently the CEO of AQ Handy. Welcome on board.
Thank you.
I don't know. I've been making so many I don't know. As I make I don't know what I'm saying. Like nothing is coming to me. Oh yeah, I didn't mention your name, Miss Aqua. She is in the person of Miss Aqua. So, welcome to Tell Me About It, Miss Aqua.
Thank you very much, Esi K.
Okay. How are you feeling?
I'm great.
Are you feeling nervous?
Just a little bit.
You and I, who do you think is more nervous? Because I'm feeling extremely. I
don't know.
Oh my. So for today we are going to talk about our topic for today is as in a question format, and then it says are you self-employed or an entrepreneur? Are you self-employed or an entrepreneur? So, Miss Aqua, are you self-employed or an entrepreneur?
I was hoping your listeners will help me find out.
Okay. After this is a place where we tell our listeners about it, they also tell us about it.
Exactly.
Great.
So I'm hoping to learn. They teach me and then I teach them in a way. So we learn from each other here.
I give and take sort of.
Yeah.
Nice. So what do you think, how would you define self-employment in your own way? Self-employment.
Okay, so as you earlier mentioned, I am the CEO of AQ Handy. A very big thing, but then we're still growing. So as of now, looking at AQ Handy, I think I'll put myself in the self-employed area. But as time goes on, somewhere in the future, I may hit the entrepreneur stage, and then we see where we can go from there.
Oh, okay. So I think we actually didn't said why we are discussing this. Mm-hmm. People actually find it difficult to differentiate between being self-employed and then being an entrepreneur.
True.
So from what you just said, it's more like, oh yeah, someone may be asking, like, what is self-employment? What is an entrepreneur? Like, what the hell are we talking about? So can you probably differentiate what like self-employment and a little bit difference between like self-employment or like something?
Okay,
like
as I said earlier on, we are coming to learn. So you teach me, I teach you. Okay, so basically, self-employment is like myself.
True.
It's like myself. So doing something, setting up a business and working for yourself.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And then let's look at it from the entrepreneur side. Being an entrepreneur is about taking risks, and then it involves people too. So
Okay.
if I am an entrepreneur, I'm working, I've set up a business, and then there are people under me.
Okay.
Yes, I work with them.
Okay.
With entrepreneurship, I work with them, I help them, they help me, we move on. So with an entrepreneur, whether I am around or not, the business still moves.
Oh,
But
okay.
looking at self-employment, many honoma Charlie,
A
the
business
business.
Oh, okay. So like the distinct is like more like an entrepreneur would have someone to probably replace him or her when he or she's not around.
Exactly.
However, being self-employed means that if you die, your business dies along with
Yes,
you.
mostly it happens that way.
Okay, get it. So then, so you right now, would you like to put yourself under the entrepreneurship?
I'll put myself under self-employed for now.
For now, okay.
Yeah.
But you have plans of being an entrepreneur in the future, something like
I
that.
have plans on becoming big. So
Okay, so why don't we, before we go further, why don't we talk about AQ Handy, since we are talking about self-employment and then like and all that. So AQ Handy, you're putting yourself in the self-employed because like tell us something about AQ Handy as to why AQ Handy and then you being the CEO, placing yourself under like self-employment.
Esi K wants to put me on a hot seat. Okay, so AQ Handy started somewhere 2017, 2018 there about. Yeah, so I started with bags, ladies apparels, ladies bags. Yeah, so I started selling them on campus. My roommates, my hostelers. And then when I come home, my friends around, I made sure everyone patronized from me.
Okay.
Yeah. So I later moved to fabrics.
Okay.
Yes, as you can see, those on YouTube, I'm repping one.
Okay,
Yes.
I think I'm repping
A fabric,
fabric
but
too.
not from me. So I later moved to fabrics, all
Okay.
because of the love I have for fabrics.
Okay.
Quality, contemporary, and timeless fabrics.
Okay, so you are handling AQ Handy alone as of now.
Yes, alone.
Okay, so that is
now.
why you placed yourself under the self-employment.
So even if I should have someone helping me, I'll still be self-employed because I may not be paying the person directly.
Okay, but you said something about risks taken being an entrepreneur. As a self-employed person, you also take risks because you probably invested into the business with your money. That is risk taking. Like investing something is risk taking.
Yes,
So
investment is risk taking.
Mhm.
Yes, but when you're investing in something you love or you have passion for, it's not. You don't really feel the risks. Yes.
sure.
So if I'm an entrepreneur, if AQ is an entrepreneur, I may invest more than I have invested now.
Okay.
Yes, and I would aim at hitting more tables, like going further from where I am right now.
Okay.
With people by my side, they doing publicity, advertisement, and then pushing the brand up.
Okay. So
Yes,
why
but-
don't you hire Esi K? Esi K is right here.
I can't pay Esi K. Esi K is a big woman, you know what?
No, oh my. So since we are talking about the self-employment and being an entrepreneur, why I'd like us to mention or state some distinctions between both of them, so that we state as the reason why being self-employed is probably not the same as being an entrepreneur.
Okay.
Yeah.
People often
Okay.
mistaken that self-employment is the same as being an entrepreneur.
I even thought the same too.
Exactly.
Some time ago.
Some time ago, I also thought same until I had to find out. Yes. So being self-employed, as I said, it's not same as being an entrepreneur.
Okay.
Yes. An entrepreneur is ready to take risks.
Okay.
It's ready to push the brand. Even though the self-employed person is ready to do that, but at the risk is not the same. The intensity is not the same.
Okay.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
So let's look at some of the differences between a self-employed
Employment,
person
yeah.
and then an
entrepreneur.
entrepreneur.
Okay. So let's hear it.
Okay, so being self-employed, you have people working for you one way or the other, people who support you. Like now we have social media, we have online. You have people you share your flyers to, who push you and all that.
Okay.
Those people are just working with you for you in one way or the other, but you're not paying them.
Okay.
Yes, but this entrepreneur is someone who is ready to pay, who is paying.
Okay, so it's more like a self-employed person can have someone working for him or her, but then it's more like the person wouldn't be paying. It's more like you. I keep on saying this. So like you maybe take your handy, and then a friend of yours shares your flyer and everything, but you're not paying the friend. But then if you put yourself in the entrepreneur category, it means that you are going to pay that particular friend for the service he or
She is rendering to me.
Oh, okay. So money is sort of involved with.
Exactly,
Oh,
more
okay.
money in the entrepreneurship side.
Okay.
And then with the entrepreneurship side, I can even go to the extent of bringing it to Peny Radio to advertise my products on air for me.
We would be glad to take that advertisement.
So I can come here to Peny, and then you help me advertise, you reach out to your listeners out there, and then we move.
Okay, so that falls under the entrepreneur.
Entrepreneurship. But right now, I can't afford to pay Peny. I can't give a penny to Peny.
Oh my! But we are the hope for the hopeless.
Oh yeah.
So okay, so one point is that you said, so it's more like there's some similarities, but then like there's a distinct difference between. Oh, okay. So then another point would be another difference would be what?
Okay, so as a self-employed person, you have people to work for you. The vision of the vision and the goal is set by you.
Okay.
So more like when we were in SHS, we'll say sole proprietorship.
Okay, partnership.
Yes, sole proprietorship.
Joint. I'm trying to remember.
Sole proprietorship is you alone. You set the business alone on your own. And then the partnership is when you have people with you. The joint, when you are two, and then you are making the account limited,
liability, and then
I'm taking you back. Yeah. So with the self-employment, you have people working for you. But then the vision and the goal is set by you. Those who understand tree out there.
Oh, they sure.
So you do everything on your own. Yes, but with an entrepreneur, you have people working for you, and you work with your team.
Okay.
Yes, so an entrepreneur works with a team together in setting up the goal and achieving the company's goal.
Okay.
So as I continue to say, the entrepreneur works with a team. They set their goals and objectives, and then they achieve it together. But with the self-employed person, you set your goal, you set your target, you set your aim, you achieve it by yourself and the little people around you.
Okay.
But you are not yet a team. Yeah.
Oh, I gotcha. So, we have some comments here. Priscilla says, "Yay! Welcome, Miss Aqua."
Oh, thank you.
Oh, Miss Aqua, and then Handy with the sign. Okay, and then she said, "Esi K, please, your voices are double sounding." Okay, I think we'd have to check on that one. Double sounding.
After the program, you understand that.
Oh, okay, I guess. Okay. And then right, the Aqua is laughing. She's like, okay, Aqua, Miss Aqua, she's probably a relative of yours. I don't know.
Yes, she is.
Okay. And then Frank says, technically, there is no difference since both involve taking your financial situations into your own hands. Do you agree with that? Because she says that Frank is saying that technically there is no difference between being self-employed or being an entrepreneur, because both involve taking your financial situation into your own hands. And then Anne says, "Nice conversation." But what do you think of Frank's comment?
Yeah, Frank, thank you for that. There is a slight difference. To Sesame America, there's a slight difference. Being self-employed is nothing like being an entrepreneur.
Okay.
They all involve money. To set up anything, to begin anything, you need money. Being an entrepreneur, starting up a business, and as an entrepreneur, the amount that goes into it cannot be compared to you setting up a business as a self-employed person. A self-employed person, let me take it to local market. If I should start selling gari, the wrapped ones on tabletops with sugar, granules, I can't call myself an entrepreneur. It involves money, it involves risks. Maybe a better, maybe it wouldn't be bought. Yes, I can't call myself an entrepreneur, but yes, still I've involved money. That is my plenty money. No.
Yeah.
But it's little to someone. Do you get it? It involves money. I have set up a business.
Okay.
I'm not an entrepreneur. I am self-employed.
Okay.
But then, if I'm an entrepreneur, setting up that particular gari sugar business, I'll take it to another level. I'll brand my gari.
Okay.
My table will be covered.
Okay.
The where it will reach wouldn't be just those who pass in front of my table.
Okay, so would you put those who are like, let's take Accra for instance. When you go to Accra, there are some people who sell on like with the tabletops, as you said earlier, only. But then there are some people with shops with people working under them. So would those people fall under
It depends.
entrepreneurs? Okay.
It depends. You can't just look at someone and then see the person is self-employed or is an entrepreneur. You don't know what he or she went through to put up that.
Okay, so does it mean that I'm trying to get the whole concept and then the whole difference. So does it mean that at the end of the day, an entrepreneur should be able to give back to the society in a way by employing someone or by doing something, whilst a self-employed has at the end of the day gets money for himself or herself?
They can both do it.
Okay, so which means you can be self-employed and an entrepreneur at the same time, but then you can't be an entrepreneur. What am I saying? Like, I'm trying to get like the whole thing, because Frank asked the question and then Frank is trying to say it's the same thing, but from the explanations and then the conversation, it's more like it's not the same thing you have. So I think before let's continue with the differences, maybe we would come to a place where we answer.
As I said earlier on, we are here to learn. So if anyone has a reason why they are the same, they can bring it up and then we'll look at it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what next are we going to talk about? What is the next differences? Gotcha. Next difference between being self-employed and being an entrepreneur.
Okay, the next difference is with a self-employed person, as I said, when the owner dies, he obviously it mostly happens. He dies with the business.
Okay.
Especially if the person did not train anybody to step in his or her shoes
Okay.
when he or she is gone. Let's say, for instance, I sell fabrics, I sell ladies bags, and I don't nurture my sister or a friend or a trusted colleague.
Okay.
As I move on and I pass on, I don't think anyone can continue my business. One, no one knows my customers to attend to them. No one knows my supplier. Do you get it?
Yeah.
No one knows how I run the business to make the little profits that I make.
Oh, okay.
Do you get it? But with an entrepreneur, as I'm going to my supplier, I'm going with a team.
Okay.
Or as I move with a team. They help me make the decisions. Okay, I got this at 10 cities, so I can add 1 city or 2 cities to it. Okay, no, let's not add 2 cities. It's too much. Let's add 1 city, 50 pesos.
Okay.
Let's add 1 city. Okay, fine. So when I'm not around, they know how much is supposed to be added to every fabric or every item that is being sold, so we don't run at a loss.
Okay.
Yes.
So basically,
when the owner of the company dies, he probably dies with it when it comes to self-employment.
Okay.
Yes. And then with the entrepreneur, because he works with a team, when he dies, the business or company is able to continue after his death. So more like legacy something.
Okay. So should we put countries under entrepreneurship?
Countries. That's a tough one.
Because our countries also look at our country. When when someone dies, or like the country would still move on, make money. I mean, whatever it is, whatever reason or mission they have, the country still moves on. So does the country become an the question? The question I'm asking, I know it doesn't make sense, but then anyway, that's it. Would you put a country under self-employment or under
How can I put a country under? I think a listener should help us with that.
Oh, okay. Please, we've thrown that question to you. It's a country self-employed, or what am I saying? Or an entrepreneur, because we call even our country hair, right? Hair. Ghana is a female.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
it's a motherland.
So Ghana as a female, is Ghana an entrepreneur, or she is self-employed? So let's go to the next reason or the next difference between being self-employed and an entrepreneur.
Okay, so the next difference is a self-employed person tries to do everything on his or her own, because he thinks is the best. He knows the best for the company or the business he or she is rendering into. But an entrepreneur knows, not thinks, knows that he cannot make every decision by himself. He has to sought advice from his colleagues, his team, so that the business or the company moves forward.
So should we call a self-employed person selfish?
Esi K, I'm not selfish.
Because oh my god. Because if a self-employed person is like things or like with the points you made, wouldn't it be selfish to think, or is it that the self-employed person does not trust others enough to like?
It got nothing to do with trust. It's a setup.
Okay.
So as I said, I'm self-employed for now. Yes. So as time goes on, I wish to be an entrepreneur. I feel it's a stage.
Okay.
I feel it's a stage. Yeah, so you go from being self-employed, getting to know the business, and then you get to an entrepreneur, you get people on board, you move the business forward. So when you're talking about something, you know what you're talking about. Right now, I'm very passionate about my things. Let's say I go on vacations or a weekend, if I should.
Please invite me if you do.
If I should go on a vacation, maybe outside Accra for a while, and I'm
was
not
going
able
say
to
South Korea or something, gosh.
and I'm not able to attend to my customers, my clients out there. I don't know who is going to help me sell my things.
Oh, okay, because no one knows your supplier, as he said. No one knows your customers, as he said, and no one. Okay.
So everything is basically done by me.
Oh.
So until I give, okay, a friend, share my flyer. I share my flyer without price tags.
Yeah, you share your wait. It's still part of it. So you share your flyers without price tag. Why don't you add the price tag to your flyer so that in case like someone sees it, the person knows that this is what I'm going in for. So like if it's $15, okay, it's $15. So I just message you, I'm interested, I want to buy this for $15. So why do you share your flyer without the price tag? Because maybe it could be an easy way out. The person already sees the price and then.
Okay, so when you go to my IG handle __ AQ handy.
So
Anything
underscore. Let's get that again. So she is the CEO of AQ Handy, as we said earlier, and then her IG handle is __ AQ Handy. So the underscore is please how do you say underscore in Chi?
in Chi.
Okay, I didn't know of that one. So it's underscore. Underscore, like it's like
Dash.
a dash. Gotcha.
Dash.
Dash AQ Handy. Is it comes out? I think that doesn't matter.
No, it isn't. But if you should input AQ handy, it'll just pop up.
Okay, let's try that. AQ Handy, right?
Yes, please.
And
Try it.
Instagram.
Everyone should try it. AQ handy. I think
Yes,
I'll be the
let-
one to pop up.
You think so? Let's
think
try it
so?
and see. We are trying it. AQ Handy. Nam, ba, da, da, da. What am I saying? Oh my! But there's handy. But AQ Handy is more like the. In fact, I didn't add AQ to it. I just added handy and then AQ came first. Well, how come?
Solid.
But the other ones, like I don't know, you stand out. You have a logo. Is your logo? I think it's that one. __ You gave us a wrong
__ AQ __ handy.
Yeah, we didn't.
But immediately you put AQ handy there, it'll pop up, girl.
So
It's a yellow
and black.
logo. Yeah, yellow and black logo. So
guys, so do you follow? Gotcha. It's like we're having the same. Wait, that is jinxing. So you can follow for your favorites, but you were answering a question.
yes. So if you go to my IG page, any fabric I post, I put the price tag there.
You don't.
I do. Price tag on the fabric. I do. But on the flyer,
Okay.
I don't. Because a flyer is just not everything. It's just some samples of fabrics and then my name, my contacts, anything you can just hit on anytime you want to talk to me or WhatsApp me. But on IG, I have the fabric there with the price list, like the price tag and that. And then note, the fabrics, we have so many fabrics. They all come in different colors and then they come with different prices.
Okay.
So yes, we have GTP, we have antiquity, we have high targets, which most people know. We have Chiganvi, we have a lot of fabrics, VIP, a lot. So you're not expecting them to have the same price.
Right.
Even with GTP, we have GTP New Style at the Padumas, like a lot.
Well, so we have some comment here. So Frank is saying that if self-employed delegates responsibility to a contractor, does that make him or her an entrepreneur or still self-employed?
When a self-employed person,
Delegates responsibility to a contractor, does that make him or her an entrepreneur or still self-employed? And then Richmond says, I see you, Veep. So The VIP is VIP no vice?
Yeah, as
something?
vice president
For
Commercy Foundation.
oh, okay, so you have a foundation. Okay, we'll come to that. But let's get to let's answer Frank's question first. So,
Okay, so the question was,
and the question again, it says that if self-employed delegates responsibility to a contractor, does that make him or her an entrepreneur or still self-employed?
I'm not really getting it.
Okay, so I think he's trying to say that, let's say I'm a self-employed person, like Esi K is self-employed. I think Esi K is self-employed. How? I don't know. So if I am self-employed and then I sort of delegate and say that, okay, I want someone to do this for me and I'm going to pay that person for like an instant, for like a short moment. So
for a short moment.
So delegating to like do it for me for like a while till I come like. But does that person still fall under self-employed, or in that short instance does that person become an entrepreneur?
Like, I think you're answering the thing yourself.
I think I just did. So basically, that person doesn't become an entrepreneur.
Yes.
Okay. That person doesn't become an entrepreneur. But then that person is still self-employed because that person is self-employed, and in that short moment, the person did a delegation, not upgrading. So it's more like, if I'm getting everything correct, self-employment is like the gosh of my gosh. Self-employment is like a first step to entrepreneurship.
Yes, that's what I say.
Oh, okay, so Dominic wants to contribute. Let's see. Let's hear. Dominic is already on. Dominic.
Alright, I don't know if they can hear me.
Dominic, I can't hear you.
You can't hear me from here.
Yes. It's muted. Wait, it's not muted.
Alright, so I don't know if you can
I still
hear
can't hear Dominic.
Alright, so
The listeners, can you hear Dominic? Let's do it.
alright, let me try and help myself first.
Okay. Let me try out myself. Okay.
Can somebody hear me? I don't know if you can hear me. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me.
I don't understand how I can't hear you.
Alright then, let me sabotage you.
Okay, let's do it this way.
Alright, it's good that no one is seeing me, but they are seeing Miss Aqua. So anything you do will be used against you. Alright, so I think this is my mind. A typical example would be an IT officer working as a freelancer. You are a self-employed person.
Yes.
Okay, but if you want to go ahead and then put together a team to do that kind of work you were doing as a freelancer, and then go the extra mile of adding other services to it, pay the team that you're working with, then you can say that you are an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So in the case where you are a freelancer and you want to delegate someone to do an activity for you, it could be 6 months, it could be 2 years, 3 years, the person is still working on it as a contractor.
Yes.
As a contractor,
Yes.
then you still a self-employed body. Because even when it gets to the field of say risk taking, there are levels. So what is the level of your risk? So I think that is what I think as a typical example. So Esi, thank you for giving me this chance.
So that was the call in we just had. We just had a phone in with Dominic, and then he was explaining and just telling us what he thought about being self-employed and all that. And then I think it's in line with what Miss Aqua has been saying for like quite a while now. So I believe Frank has his question answered extensively from the contribution from Butcher, from the contribution Dominic made, and from what Miss Aqua has been saying. So Frank, the person will still be self-employed. So Miss Aqua, any other thing you'd want to add, like any other distinction between self-employment and entrepreneurship? Yeah.
Yeah, there is.
Okay.
There's a couple of Okay, so a self-employed person is not really a risk taker. Yeah, you're doing everything yourself. You are now building up your business.
Okay.
It's not really standing yet, so you are not expecting yourself to be taking, should I put it, unnecessary risks?
Yeah, okay.
Yes. Besides, you're doing everything yourself. Probably you're raising the money yourself from the little profits or little adapts you get from your business. So you're not expecting, I don't think I'm expecting myself to use my little money to take the risks. Someone I don't know, an FM radio who just popped up and then advertise for me because I want to be an entrepreneur very soon, and then boom, the person vanishes. Like that kind of risk I can't do. And then I would not even have the money to trace the person because I'm giving in my all. So there are certain risks a self-employed person will not take. We will not take. But comparing it to an entrepreneur is already he's already into the risk-taking business. He's ready to take the risk, whether it works or not. So if it doesn't work, he knows other ways and means of getting his work done.
So does your mindset make you an entrepreneur?
Before I got to know being an entrepreneur and being self-employed, I used to call myself an entrepreneur.
Okay, so we have a comment from Obrempong Safo saying you guys are doing great. Thumbs up. Comes up with that. No, comes up with that. Thank you very much. We are happy we are doing great, and we are happy you are getting something from what we are talking. Yeah, we are happy you are having fun listening to us. So you said before you got to know this whole self-employed and then the entrepreneurship thing, you categorized yourself as an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So what changed your mind to categorize bad?
Not knowing something. I will not call it a literacy. I'll call it just not knowing how. What word is it for?
It's more like when you don't know something.
Ignorant. Yes, that's the word. Ignorant. So I was ignorant of the differences between who an entrepreneur is and who a self-employed person is.
Okay.
So when I started growing up, I wanted to do something on my own. So even though I would work for people, but I love to do something for me. Just get my little 20 pesos here, 10 pesos there, 5 pesos there. I have a memory
of that. I don't know why I have a memory.
So as young as I was, my mom bakes. She does pastries, so she gives me the pastries, meat pie, rockies to sell. I make sure I take my commission, 20 pesos, 10 pesos. So growing up, I just wanted to do something for myself, get the little coins down. Yeah, so when I got the chance, when I had little money to buy the bags, I started with the bags, as I said, to buy the bags. I told myself, oh, Abby, you've done it. You're an entrepreneur. I told myself that. So I wanted to build on being an entrepreneur until I got to know, baby girl, you ain't there yet.
I see. So then it means when you started a business, or when you started your own business, that is when you realize that there's a difference between being an entrepreneur and then being self-employed. Yes. And then your goal was to be an entrepreneur. So after you bought the bags, you're like, oh, I gotcha. Maybe like, oh, I see.
And then I would urge everyone, all your listeners. So if you are into something, you should try reading a bit more about it. Google, ask someone. Don't feel shy. Just
don't
ask.
be ignorant.
Don't stay ignorant. It kills. Trust me, it kills. So if you don't know, ask. No matter how young the person may be, you never know the idea the person has. So just Google, ask, YouTube. There are a lot of videos out there now. There are lots of links here and there. Google it, ask. If you think Google is lying to you, confirm with a friend. Do you get it? If I had stayed in my entrepreneurship kind of zone, I don't think I would even move from the bags. And then trust me, bags do not, they are timely. They do not move that fast. So I'll be sitting there calling myself an entrepreneur, and I've not even made any step, nothing to have achieved. So I'll be there calling myself entrepreneur, and I still have stock of my bags.
I want to ask you if you still sell the bags.
I still sell them, but my love for fabrics is just it has overshadowed the bags.
The bags.
Yes. So
Okay.
when people need bags for occasions, those who know I'm into bags, they call me. I help them get one, choose one, and then they are good to go. But I don't want to reveal certain things here. But very soon there'll be an add up to AQ Handy. Trust me.
So in addition to bag, so like the bag is part of the fabric, like AQ Handy and all that, but then the main is more like the fabric, and then very soon you're going to add something else to AQ Handy.
Yeah, we are hoping.
Oh, goodness, so like I'm curious all of a sudden. Oh, I see. So as we've talked extensively, is there anything you want to add up to the differences between the
Since I've given the listeners the clue to Google more, YouTube more, I think they'll take my advice. So they'll get more of those differences online. Or probably you can hit me up on any of the platforms, and then
are you __AQ _handy everywhere?
No, for the business only.
I see. So that like the differences, and then all that, I think we've been able to establish that being self-employed is different from being an entrepreneur. So I have this question: does it mean that a self-employed person, like I said earlier, can be an entrepreneur at the same time? So can an entrepreneur be self-employed at the same time?
An entrepreneur is self-employed.
Okay, so an entrepreneur is automatically self-employed.
Yeah. Per my understanding. But a self-employed person can't just be an entrepreneur. There are so many risks and there's steps to that.
Self-employed person is a working.
Yes.
Entrepreneur is a running self-employed.
Yes.
Okay, so Dominic says a self-employed person is working, whilst an entrepreneur is running.
Yes,
So-
there's a speed attached to it.
Oh, I see. So that was the differences. An entrepreneur has to take risks. If I remember, I'm trying to remember. You said that an entrepreneur should take risks. I actually don't know what to cut out. Where do I fall? I'm not even self-employed to even talk about being an entrepreneur. Wait, one of those who start businesses without any sort of money or anything.
What business? What business can we start without money?
Like YouTube, those who start their YouTube channels, videos and everything. Wait, they start with money.
Airtime, please. Everything. Nothing is cheap.
I think
Airtime is expensive.
I think it's like what you said, because people do things with their passion. They don't realize that they are actually investing.
Exactly.
Investing your time is money.
It's money. It's investing your airtime, sitting down,
Taking that
recording that video. It's money.
So that person would be self-employed. But when the person hires a videographer, an editor, and what again do they need? A cameraman? Is that not a videographer? That person becomes like an entrepreneur.
Depending on what they do, yeah.
Depending on what they do. Gotcha. So that was it for today. Is that it for today? Did you just believe me? I can't believe that. So those are the questions we have, and then we've been able to differentiate between being self-employed and being an entrepreneur. So if you joined in late, we have Miss Aqua, the CEO of AQ Handy, here with us. And you can find her on Instagram at __AQ_Handy. So since we are almost behind time. Our listeners would like you to talk more on, like, not our listeners would like to know more about you as a person before your AQ handy. Like, what inspired your passion for the whole thing, and why AQ handy? What does the AQ handy stand for? Probably the meaning of your name, the fabrics. You said you have passion for fabrics, so what brought about the passion you have for fabrics? Like, I'm asking so many questions in one, so like, yeah. So let's start with the meaning behind AQ handy.
So AQ handy, AQ is me. I'm AQ. I am AQ.
Okay.
So AQ is aqua.
Okay.
So Miss Aqua, AQ is aqua. Yeah.
And then the handy is
handy, baby.
she's
Okay, so I got AQ handy because I started with bags. So anything portable, anything handy, anything you can carry around, or anything you can just carry without feeling the weight, or how do I put it? Yes. So you can carry fabrics around without feeling the weight. After sewing it on you, I don't think you feel so heavy after wearing a dress. Yes. And then the passion behind bags. I used to be a fan. No, I think I still am a fan of bags.
you collect bags.
I'm a fan of bags, but then in this casa. So I love to see people wearing quality things.
Okay.
Yes, even if very affordable, but then it's of good quality. So I went into it so people can at least get it affordable on my side, but still look great.
In the way
Yes,
that
yes.
Okay, so my next question then, what brought about your passion for fabrics?
If you visit my business page on IG, I think I did a short note about that over there, so you could read. But let me just summarize it. So
Okay.
Very at a younger age, I used to go to the store with my mom. My mom used to sell fabrics.
You said your mom used to sell pastries.
Yes, my mom, she's jack of all trades. My mom is a baker. She's a hairstylist. She's a mother. She used to sell fabrics. She used to sew. My mom is a
Everything.
billionaire in one body. So growing up, my mom, when she used to sell the cloth, she goes to the market, and then I go with her. I mean, pack up, but then I'll still go. But when she goes there, she'll be like, "Mami, achichidiechi bako, mami ketepa, mami dadimpa, mami this," mentioning the fabric names. Like, what is going on? What is going on? So I'll later ask her, not also where your friend is saying, "Oh, where achichidiechi, ye will move colors, where ketepa." Like, okay, so those on YouTube, what I'm wearing, the upper side of this fabric, this is called a ketepa.
Ketepa, sleep well,
Ketepa
It's
mat,
kete
sleeping
mat.
mat, like a proper sleeping mat.
Okay.
Yeah, so this fabric is called ketepa.
Oh, okay.
Exactly. So we have achichidiechi, we have Adon Sada. We have a lot of fabrics.
I'm sorry I'm about to cut you, but Priscilla says that I'm sure there will be vacancy once something is added to AQ handy. So she's looking in for that. So AQ is moving from self-employment to entrepreneur. Oh my. So you were explaining the ketepa.
Yeah, so as I said, that's what I'm wearing up here is ketepa.
Okay.
So there are lots of timeless fabrics out there with beautiful names, beautiful meanings.
Wait, so what does ketepa means?
Let me put you in suspense. Follow my IG page. I update the meaning of fabrics, the names, the meaning of the names of the fabrics on my IG page
Okay.
weekly. I'm thinking of doing it twice a week though, because there are lots of fabrics out there with beautiful names and then
Meaning.
beautiful reasons why it was added. Yes, there's this fabric called Century Bridge.
Oh, okay. I
It's
think I know
Sente
the-
Bridge.
I know the-
Yes, and then the Sente Bridge is Senchi. Those who have heard of Royal Senchi,
Yeah.
so see, your friend is Senchi. It's a Senchi Bridge. The Adome Bridge.
Oh, okay.
Yes, built by the first president of Ghana, Kwame Nkrumah. I nearly said Akufo-Addo.
Oh my.
So Kwame Nkrumah, so he built that. So that particular fabric was named after that particular bridge.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so there are fabrics out there with beautiful names and reasons why they were named.
I still want
Like
to
that.
guess this is named after Matt sleeping.
Be in suspense, yeah.
Okay, so I went to your page and I just saw. Oh, okay, I think they would have to go to the page themselves. I would also continue with my own research. So, guys, hello, __ AQ handy _ for
Just do AQ
Handy
handy
and it will
pop up.
Oh my god.
It will pop up. Yes, and about the fabrics too, there are fabrics like ABC. So I'm mentioning these ones because I've posted them on my page, so you can just refer to them.
Oh,
so
okay.
ABC was named ABC for those who value education.
Okay.
Yes, who want to be educated, who want people to be educated. It's basically education on the board, ABC. When you go to the nursery, we learn
ABC.
A, B, C, D, and the rest. So it's more like education backed with it, and then it was printed out as a fabric. It came out as a fabric name, and so when you see the fabric, it has the writings A, B, C, D on it, and some of them come with boards, with cane, that kind of thing on the fabric.
Oh, I see.
Yes, so it's because of the love of these things.
I can even see I can see the passion as you are talking. I mean, I can see it with my eyes, like the way she's passionate about speaking. So Priscilla says that she's selling and watching this show. Oh, okay. She says selling and watching this show is a wonderful experience. Oh, Priscilla, we are grateful you are watching and then you are selling at the same time.
Thank
I'm
you,
sorry that-
Priscilla. Thank you, Priscilla.
Yeah, so as we've gotten to know why you're passionate and then why you are self-employed about, but I'm really curious. I nearly spoke Korean. I'm really curious. Are you gonna hire me? Should I bring? Because you said there's something different coming up. So if there is vacancy, it looks like Priscilla and I we are really interested. You can hire. And are you open for like investments? People would invest in your business or something. Maybe someone would want to invest since you want to move from the self-employed stage to the entrepreneurship. Would you want someone to invest in the business or something like that?
As I said, it's a step by step.
Okay.
It's a stage.
So even if Penny wants to invest in your
Listeners, please help me with this. Who doesn't love money?
oh my
I love the money. It can come.
oh okay I get it now. Thank you very very much for being here with us, and it looks like time is not on our side today.
Thank you, Esi K, for having me on your show. I'm so grateful. I'm happy. I'm your fan, you know.
Oh my god. Oh really?
Yes.
I've got a fan in the building. Oh my. Thank you very much. Okay, if you're a fan, then it means you join the Esi K fan challenge.
Okay, I can join the Esi K fan challenge.
That is a promise from because last week we had a guest and then he's all in for the fun challenge.
I'm in.
Okay. So
Should I do something? Should I do
okay, you
something?
can try.
Okay. Hello. Welcome to TMAI. I am your host, Esi K. This is a show we get to know about everything and nothing at the same time. I need a tap.
Oh my, it's more like you know
I'm stalking you.
We have a message from Deki Me. Good and educative show. I love you girls. Thank you, Deki Me. Techie me. It sounds like someone I know. I'm not so sure. Techie me. Okay, so thank you very much. We'll still be expecting your video for the fun challenge. And guys, hello, listeners, for the fun challenge, like she did, it's more like a sample she just did for us, for you to know what it is about. So you just have to record yourself. It doesn't have to be long, just with the intro. Hello, like it's like mimicking the intro I do anytime I start the show, and then you have a chance of winning a prize. You know, who doesn't love prizes? So how well you do it will determine what prize you get, and then maybe we may do it first runner up and second runner up. Who knows? I've already gotten some people have already submitted DS already. So don't forget, like, join in with the fun. It's supposed to be a fun challenge where you all participate. Yeah. So without much ado, I bring this episode of Tell Me About It to an end, and then I would want to thank Miss Aqua for really making it a point to join me here and tell me about it, because I've been inviting her like for quite some time now, since I started, and she was always busy with AQ. I actually thought she was an entrepreneur, but she says she's self-employed, because she's always busy. She never got the time to be here with us, but today she took time off her schedule to be here with us to discuss this topic, and I'm very grateful to her. So Peny, yeah, very grateful. Peny, I'm speaking on behalf of Peny. We are grateful you took the time off to be with us here. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you too for having me. Thank you very much. I'm grateful.
Okay, so we draw the curtains to today's episode. Thank you very much for tuning in. Do not forget to join us same time next week, 6:00 p.m. And we couldn't do the second part of the show because we didn't get questions from you. And then I think I have to hit on it again. The second part is where you ask us questions about things you're curious about. It can be anything. It can be about language. It can be about career, which I would love. It can be about basically anything you could think of. Because this is a show where we talk about like anything, basically anything. And I'm saying it again, basically anything. So thank you very much for tuning in to PenyGH. Kamsamida. Thank you. Bye. Enjoy your weekend. Have a lovely weekend. Bye.
You live on Peny Radio, your number one online Christian radio station. Peny Radio, hope for the hopeless.